Hey everybody, how y'all doing? First of all, happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving. Your girl is sitting here just finished wash her hair. Oh my god, I took the best shower ever after a whole day of going to classes, working out, and then on top of that, just prepping for tomorrow. And I got so hot with this menopause. Yes, your girl's going through perimenopause. I'm constantly hot majority of the day, so my air conditioner is on 24/7. But I am so glad that one of my subscribers, I don't even know if he's really subscribed to me, whatever, but he's been watching my videos and he wanted me to give y'all an update on how my foot injury was doing and how I managed to get off the crutches. So yeah. So while I'm drying my hair, because I can't dye my hair until my hair is fully dried. So don't pay my hair no mind. Okay, I'm doing my hair tonight. I just finished washing my hair. So let me give y'all an update on the injury on my foot. Right now, I am completely healed and I am so happy. Between, like I say, doing my own physical therapy and walking a lot and taking these pills, like the pain pills really does work. But let me tell you what the fuck happened. So I injured my foot because I hit my foot on my computer. I didn't know that I didn't know that my computer was in my bag. My laptop was in my bag, but I dropped my bag on the floor in my school. And this is when I was arguing with my ex. And when I lifted back up, like I said, when you argue with somebody, you don't feel any pain as you go along, whatever. Same thing with a fight. When you fight somebody, you don't feel the pain that's being inflicted on your body because all the adrenaline. And I had a lot of adrenaline rushing through my body because that's how upset I was. And I twisted my foot and twisted the ligaments in my foot. So I didn't know what was going on with me, but the next day I was getting up out of my bed to go take a shower and my foot started hurting me. And then all of a sudden my foot swelled up. And as the hours was passing throughout the day, I started seeing a knot coming up in my foot. And all of a sudden my foot got bigger and bigger. So I started taking my Tylenol. For a day and a half I took my Tylenol and it wasn't working. So I'm like, okay, something has to go wrong. Something's wrong with my foot because ain't no way it's swollen for no reason. Long story short, I went to the first hospital. The first hospital, they really wasn't telling me what I needed to hear. I think they was just playing with me. And I was really upset with the doctor because she wasn't being actually clear with me. They took an x-ray and she said that I sprained my ankle and that's why my foot started hurting. And I'm like, what does my ankle have to do with my foot? So she got another doctor to come to speak to me, and this doctor claimed that I had a small fracture in my foot. So now I'm confused because I'm like, okay, which one is it? Did I sprain my foot? Did I fracture my foot? Sorry. I hate when that happens. I talk and then the acid reflex come up. So a couple of days later, I go to school and my foot started hurting even more, and it got to the point I couldn't even walk. So come Monday, the next week, start talking to the security guard and everything. In the process of me talking to the security guards and going, walking around, I started feeling more pain. The pain was at a 10 now. And I told them that I could barely walk. They put me on crutches. And it was really frustrating me because I don't want to walk with a crutch, but I had no choice. And then I was like, do y'all have a freaking cane? I should have asked for a cane. That's what it was. I should have asked for a cane because these crutches was hurting my arm. My arms were sore, but the doctor told me I would heal within 3 weeks. Funny how I only healed within 2.5 weeks. By the end of this week would have been the 3rd week. So I got my foot checked out again at another hospital, Mount Sinai, and they was telling me that I twisted the ligaments in my foot, and this was my right foot. And she was like, whatever you hit your foot with, it really was that bad because it hurt. Like it really damage my ligaments, whatever. So she said, give yourself another 2 weeks to heal. So I'm like, first of all, they told me 3 weeks. Now it's another 2 weeks. And I was getting so upset. Like, everybody was telling me all these things. It was not making it any better. I was really upset. So about 48 hours later, I got an email from my doctor that checked me out in Mount Sinai. And they referred me to a podiatrist. Of course, I'm not going all the way down there because it's mad far. So I chose to go to the one here in the Bronx. And I spoke to my social worker about it. So I was like, okay, we need to get this together because I can't sit here and spend the holidays like this. I was determined not to spend the holidays like this, on crutches with a boot on me. And this boot looks so bulky on my foot. So I was like, hell no. So I spoke to the doctor again. She said, oh, give it another week. What? I'm like, yo, I was talking to the previous doctor and I started laughing. So I was like, we're not doing that. I was like, we're going to physical therapy. So I started looking around for different physical therapists to see who could see me at a short time. A lot of people was booked. Believe it or not, like, I couldn't get an appointment to save my life. So I started doing physical therapy on myself. And luckily, I have a lot of equipment in my house that I can use to help my foot. So day after day, I started walking on my foot. I started, doing the flexing movements. And then I soaked my foot in hot water. Of course, for the anti-inflammatory, I took the Tylenol with the ibuprofen. And they was telling me that works the best so the inflammation could go down. So I was like, okay, fine. So I gave myself another week to heal. I was like, we are determined to get off these crutches and get off, like, everything. So while I'm in school, I'm moving. I'm not sitting still. I was determined to not sit still, because when you sit still and you don't move around, you're not making yourself get better. You're only making it worse. Although everybody kept telling me, stay off my foot, you have to rest. When it comes to my stubborn behind, I don't believe in resting. I really don't, because I feel like a patient and I don't want to feel like that. Then it makes you feel like you crippled. I don't want to feel like that. Anytime I injure myself or anybody injure me, I determined to get back on my feet and not let it cripple me. So I started flexing my foot. I started walking on it. I massage my foot 3 times a day, maybe 4 times. Depends on what I'm doing. And the more I started walking all over it, I was even going outside. So how I managed to get around, I was getting around with them crutches. I went from walking outside with 2 crutches to walking with 1 crutches. And the last time I was on those crutches was last week on Monday. Not Monday, Friday. And I went to school. I went to school maybe 3 times on those crutches. And everybody was like, oh my God, what the hell happened? Like, how did you hurt your foot? Everybody felt bad for me. I was like, please don't. My feet is getting better. I'll be fine. I am a tough cookie. And I kept putting pressure on it. And this is how I managed to get my foot back to normal. So once again, I had to ask the doctor, is it okay for me to put pressure on it to get my foot working again? I had to force myself and tell myself, you're going to heal, you're going to be fine. And all of a sudden, by last week Sunday, like this past Sunday, I was already feeling good. And then Monday, I took the boot off and I started walking around with no boot, no bandages, nothing. And even though it hurts like hell, I was still walking on it, and I forced myself to get back to normal. So I kept taking more and more pain pills and walking around. I don't recommend nobody doing this. If you're sensitive to pain, I'm not. Okay, I have tattoos on my body, so I'm not sensitive to pain. And I'm about to get me another tattoo. I was talking to my classmate about getting tattoos and piercings because I ended up getting another piercing right here. And all of a sudden, I don't know what happened to my earrings, but between me sleeping and going to take a shower, I lost my earrings, so my whole clothes. But what I'm trying to say is I'm a tough cookie. I dealt with the pain, and I felt a lot better after a couple of days of being off the crutches and everything. Like I said, I even cried. Like, oh my God, let me tell you this shit. Even me being on a bus, on my way home, I took the bus home. But when I got on the bus, it was a struggle getting on the bus. And two people had to help me, like, by helping me by carrying my arm, I guess. And one person, like, had to push me from the back. I don't know how you, like, don't make it sound so bad because it wasn't. He tried to help me on the bus, but I cried because I never had nobody try to help me get on the bus, and it was just so heartbreaking to know that this is what people with disabilities go through, need assistance to get on the bus, get in a car, and anything like that. It was heartbreaking. That's what hurt me the most because I realized I needed help to get around. And I was like, nope. And then my social worker was asking me if I needed a nurse, a home health aide, somebody to help me around. At first, I said yeah. But then I told myself, no, you could do it. You don't need nobody. You're fine. So I took 2 days to cry it out. And my feelings was completely hurt. Just the look of my foot. Because my foot looked really, really bad. And it was so swelled up. It was swelled up pretty bad. And I was like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do? But overall, I toughened up. And I had to, like, encourage myself to be brave and strong enough to go back outside. And to walk around, like, don't let this stop you. Don't let this cripple you. And I was like, if I ever injure myself again, oh my God, I don't know what I would do, but I can't go through this again. But I healed very well. Like I said, everything is fine now. My feet is back to normal. It doesn't even look swelled up. But the bruise is clearing up. Like I say, I'm so grateful for everybody. Everybody who helped me around, helped me with everything. Even my classmate. My classmate, she is such a gem. She helped me with everything. But I'm fine, y'all. And I'm doing great. And thank you, Wade. My subscriber Wade, thank you for checking up on me, and everybody else, thank y'all, seriously, because this has been crazy. I had a roller coaster of a month, not just a week, a whole month, because this has been chaotic for so many reasons, and all this was because of my ex. I have to let y'all know that everything is fine now with me. I completely let everything go. I let him go to save my sanity and my self-respect, because I felt like no self-respected woman would ever stay in a relationship like that where you constantly have to argue and fight with your significant other because they don't know how to love you and they don't know how to respect you or respect your rules. And another thing I should have done early on was to leave that person after that person made it clear to me he was not going to respect anything about me. Now, I specifically spoke to 2 women, and one of them was my neighbors, about relationships with me because I've been praying for years to turn over a new leaf and become the woman that my future man or husband will be. And I was talking to an ex of mine about this because I was like, the one thing I would change about myself is learning how to let go of control. Meaning, always got to plan things, always got to make sure I get this and get that. And I say, let it go, let it flow. And I say, if it's meant for me to have it, God will send that person my way. And I mistaken this person as a God sent because he showed me everything that I needed to see and told me everything I wanted to hear. And it really warmed my heart at the beginning because everything felt so natural. It wasn't pressured. But then that conversation we had where he claimed he could break my rule, that should have let me know to let his ass go. And instead of me letting him go, I kept on going. But here's the thing. When I say abuse comes in many forms, it does come in many forms. Abuse is not just physical. Abuse is mental, is emotional. And when somebody mentally and emotionally fucks with you, and they fuck with your head and they make you feel like you are nothing to wait on, you are nobody to respect, you have to be on some shit like, I care about myself and I love myself too much to keep dating somebody who thinks that way about me. And that's exactly how I felt. I felt as though this person didn't care about me enough, value me enough, respected me enough to even love me the right way or even respect my rules. Now, here's the thing. And this goes for a lot of people that is celibate out here. If you claim to be celibate, you practice in celibacy, or if you are really celibate and you've been celibate for over 5 years, 6 years, whatever, and you get with somebody brand new, and you tell this person you're trying to respect God's rules and you're trying to respect your body by becoming celibate, and this person fronts like they understand your situation, they understand your rules and the fact that you're trying to get right with God, don't believe that motherfucker, because at the end of the day, the real test and the real honesty comes in when that person shows you whether or not they could wait around for you. And I was telling this to another staff in school, that if this person refused to wait for you and they tried their best in every which way possible to break your rules, leave that person alone. I don't care if that person is good looking or he got something to offer. Ain't nothing much to offer but a headache, drama, and everything, because seriously, he is showing you exactly how he feel about you. He don't value you. He don't respect you. He don't love you. He don't even like you. Any man that is willing to respect you, that does respect you, is willing to wait for you. Any man that values you, value everything about you. If this man hears that you have so much respect for your body that you don't want to, desecrate it for any reason, you don't want to damage your body for whatever reason, and you don't want to break the rule by breaking your celibacy, and this man wants to be with you, that man should respect you. That man should understand. And I have yet to see anybody to respect those type of rules and say, I will wait for you. I know damn well that I am worth the wait. I am very valuable and I have a lot to offer. And I don't understand why certain people just don't understand that problem and that situation, because it's like, I've been so screwed over for so many years, and then last year when everything finally hits me that I need to turn my whole situation around. My situation is not a permanent situation. I always say that. I could do better. I say my situation could be better. My life could be better. Every year I always find ways to be better. So instead of me telling my classmates this and telling my social friends about this, I wanted to tell myself this. And I wanted to give myself the respect to wait for that right person to come along, and wait, just overall wait for everything. So live out my life, live out my dreams, and do what I need to do. And I wanted to show people this because I want people to see that I have changed, that I have tried to be better. And every single day I'm sitting here trying to make plans for my life and trying to find ways to change. And I'm changing inside and out. I upgrade my whole life in ways that I didn't think it was possible. And then when I finally said the word no, I felt good about that shit. So I was like, yo, my body is a vessel and it needs to be treasured the right way. And just because I'm this homegirl that everybody loves, I laugh with you, I cry with you, I make jokes, I do everything crazy. I could be very corny sometimes with the jokes. Doesn't mean I cannot be taken serious. Doesn't mean that you can't respect me. You need to respect me. You should respect me, because at the end of the day, I have so much respect for myself. I'm very strict with myself. And I am a grown-ass woman. I am 39 years old and I'm very mature in so many ways. And I was very mature and ahead of my fucking time ever since I was a kid. I wasn't like your typical kid out here. I wasn't the going out trying to be playful with other people's, with everybody. I'm playful with a specific amount of people's. But I wasn't the type of person to stay out to 3, 4 in the morning all the time And I wasn't the type of person who makes bad decisions with the wrong peoples. I was very careful. And not that I had to explain myself to a lot of guys out here, but I am very much careful with how I live my life and how I do things. And I am such a, how you say it? How you say it? I'm very OCD when it comes to a lot of things in my life. And I want to put everything in order because since I couldn't get the structure from my own parents, I got structure from living life and being around certain peoples, and it helps create structure in my life. And I was so inspired by so many women out here to this day that I do talk to the point that I was like, okay, it's time for me to, structure my life the way I want. Don't give my body to somebody that is not willing to commit to me. Don't say yes to everything. Don't be so easy to give people what they want quickly before they give you what you want. Don't sit here and settle for less. I don't give a shit how pretty I am or how soft-hearted or kind-hearted, what they say that I be. I don't care about none of that. If I'm not getting what I want and to be happy with you, I'm not going to give you what you want. I don't know what y'all take me for, but this is not let's take advantage of Sherelle and get what I want and not give her what she wants. It ain't happen like that, because the minute I started to feel unhappiness, I started to feel uneasy around you, and I don't feel safe or love or respect or value, I am leaving you alone. Bottom line, if I'm not happy and satisfied in the relationship I'm in with you, I am dropping you like a bad habit. If I see you're not trying to value me in any way, I'm dropping you. Overall, I'm dropping you. If I see anything funny, I'm dropping you. So if you can respect that, then that's great. If you can respect my rules, my body, and everything about me, then great, we could date. Other than that, you're not going to break my rules, and you're not going to break me, and you're not going to make me do what I don't want to do. So that's just a little PSA for everybody that's out here who thinks that way about me, or who think they could do that. Red flag. You asking and begging for sex. That would quickly get me away from you. Okay, so if you wonder why I blocked you, you wonder why I don't want to be bothered with you, I don't want to deal with you anyway, it's because the fact that the first thing that came out your mouth was not when can I take you out, when can we spend time together, is, oh, when am I going to get in bed with you? I'm quickly running away from you. I don't give a damn how cute you are. You could fly, that will fly with any other girl. You could go spit that game to anybody else, but that's not me. The minute I feel that you are giving me a hard time about spending time with you, or even seeing your face for that matter, and I shouldn't have to be so stressed out about this, and I shouldn't have to argue with you over the fact that I want to see you. If you're gonna give me a hard time about wanting to be with you, I'm talking about physically be in your presence, I'm dropping you. Okay, a man should want to be around his woman. If his woman hears that she is feeling lonely, she wants to be around you, she wants to be up under you, your answer should have been, okay, when and what time? Okay, oh, I'm coming right now. Especially if you ain't got shit to do. But if you're going to sit here and tell your woman, wait, or not now, or this and that, or you making any type of excuse, I'm dropping you. Point blank, period. Any excuse you give to me, I'm dropping you. I'm not here for the excuses. This is not the year of excuses and bullshit. This is the year of show up, show out, or get the fuck out of my face. They say shit or get off the pot. I'm not playing with anybody. I'm dead serious.